What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'll be showing you guys how to install the Planet Eclipse Emek Super Stanchy Customs Racing Blade Trigger. It's a lot of words in it. It has 3-way activation points. It comes with a pre-travel, a post-travel, and an activation set screw. You can change those screws to make it longer and shorter to make your trigger pull longer or shorter. And anyway, I'll be showing you guys how to install it and a shooting video of it. Anyway, here it is. This is what the trigger looks like. Here's the other side. I'll be taking apart the whole gun for you guys. Here's what it comes with when you guys take it out of the box. So as you can see, I already have the upgraded trigger installed. I'll be taking it out and putting it back in. That's the stock trigger, by the way. So basically all you gotta do is open it up. Here's what the stock trigger looks like. Right here, it's aluminum. There are no screws in it at all whatsoever. Like, there's no screws. That's why this upgraded trigger will make it shoot faster. Here's what it comes with. It comes with a new trigger pin, and it comes with these 2 set screws. There's one set screw that is way longer than all of the ones already installed in the upgraded trigger, and there's one shorter one, which is shorter than any of the other ones. Also, by the way, the upgraded trigger comes with these dual ball bearing things, so basically when you put the pin in it, it will make the trigger pull smoother also, which is really nice. Anyway, here it is, showing you guys how short the trigger pull is for this. I also have the upgraded ballpoint pen spring in here, so if you guys want to see how to make your gun shoot even faster while you upgrade your trigger, or just do it for free, I'll link it down in the description below. Pretty sure that was like my video that I made 2 videos ago, and I'll be showing you guys how to upgrade your trigger basically for free by changing the spring. Anyway, here we are. You'll be needing a screwdriver, the Planet Eclipse Allen wrench kit, or any Allen wrench kit. This is the one that comes with it though. You'll be needing a hammer to take out that trigger pin. It's kind of difficult, by the way. And you will be needing a set of these punches. So basically, here's what it looks like. You can take that punch, all those little metal things, and you can set it down on that screw pin, and then you can hit it out with the hammer. Okay, so I lost one of the punches to the carpet, so that's why I had to cut out. Anyway, here's what the punch looks like. It's just this little metal thing. That's what you'll be using to hit out the trigger pin. Honestly, I have no clue what you can use if you don't have one of these. Maybe you can use an Allen wrench and hit it out, but I tried using a screwdriver and it did not work. Anyway, here it is again. I'll also show you guys how to adjust the screws later. Anyway, here we are. We're going to take out our 1/8 inch Allen wrench. I'm pretty sure it's called the 1/8. Obviously, if I'm not correct, you can just take out all of them and see which one will fit. So we'll be taking the Allen wrench and unscrewing these 2 screws. There's only 2 screws that you need to unscrew with the Allen wrench to get the body off. So anyway, we're just going to speed through this and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we got the first screw out. Here's what it looks like. We'll just be setting this aside. You do not want to lose that, by the way. Now here's the second screw you will be needing to unscrew. You'll be using the same Allen wrench. It's right here under the trigger frame. It's kind of awkward to unscrew. It takes probably a minute or 2, but you should be able to get it eventually. Anyway, like last time, we're going to skip through this and I'll be right back. Okay, so now here we got the second screw out. I don't think we'll be needing to use this Allen wrench again. So here it is, the second screw. Put it to the side. Once again, don't want to lose that. I put it on that Super Stanchy Customs thing so it won't roll out. Anyway, here's how you take off the upper body. Showing you the trigger pull again. Basically, all you gotta do is take your hand, put it there, and then lift. It's like a hinge system. Here's all you gotta do to put it back. It's like a little part right there. You can see in real life, it's very simple. Hinge it back and boom, it's back. So anyway, taking this off, setting it aside. Here is what it looks like. Here's what the inside of it looks like. Once again, showing the trigger pull. Anyway, that's also the safety, what it looks like. I recommend to grease your safety because you probably don't grease it often. You don't gotta do a lot, but you can just grease it. That's the 3-way valve. You don't want to touch that. You can get an upgraded one, which will make your trigger pull way lighter and you can shoot a lot faster. Anyway, we will be taking our screwdriver and unscrewing these 4 screws. Just 4 screws that you'll need to. And we're just gonna skip through this. I just showed you guys all the screws you need to unscrew, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're taking out the final screw. Once again, there are 4 screws total. Setting it aside, these screws are very tiny. I'm pretty sure this is like the tiniest screw in the whole gun. You don't want to lose those, especially you don't want to lose it in the carpet. So basically we're taking off this black piece right here, setting it aside. Now here is the upgraded ballpoint pen trigger spring. Once again, I'll have the video linked down in the description below on how to install it. I highly recommend doing this, by the way. It will kind of increase your balls per second fire rate a little bit, but it's a free thing, and all you gotta do is take a ballpoint pen spring and cut it down. Anyway, here's the trigger. As you can see, it won't move without a spring in it. Anyway, we're gonna show you what you gotta do. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. This is a stock trigger pin. So basically it comes with a different trigger pin that is made for your new trigger. So when you guys take out that trigger pin, don't forget to install the new one that comes with the Super Stanchy custom trigger or whatever trigger you decide to get. Anyway, here's the punch. We'll be taking our hammer and we'll be hitting it on the right side of your Planet Eclipse Emek. So basically this is kind of difficult to do, and especially with the new pin in it, it was a lot harder to hit it out, because when I used the old trigger pin, it was way easier. So this is going to be a little bit difficult, so I'm actually going to skip through this because this took me a long time to actually get it out for some reason. So I recommend greasing your new trigger pin when you put it in, because it made it really difficult to take it out. As I said earlier, the stock pin, it was really easy to take out. It took me like 20 seconds. So yeah, this might be a little bit difficult, and if it is hard, just keep on hitting it and it will come out, I promise. Anyway, we'll be right back. I forgot to mention, but you need to take out the safety first, and as I said, you can just grease it. All you gotta do is just take it and pull it out of the left side. If it is a little bit difficult, you can just use your punch and hit it out. As I said, don't forget to grease your safety. Doesn't hurt to do it, and it'll just make everything more smooth. Alright, so basically when the pin's a little bit out, you can just take the back of your hammer, because I tried pulling it and I couldn't. You can just like wedge it out. I forgot what it's called, my bad. Anyway, you can just take it out like so. Here's what the new pin looks like. This is not the stock pin. Stock pin's in that baggie. So as I said, I recommend greasing the pin too before you put it back in, because it made it way more difficult to take out. So this is a stock pin. All you had to do is open the baggie, take the new pin, and put it in the same direction that you put the old one. Anyway, now that you do that, you can take your trigger and you can just easily pull it out. So here's what the trigger looks like on its own. So as you can see, there's that dual ball bearings, that little metal piece in the middle. It's like circle shaped. That's not on the actual stock trigger. There's no dual ball bearings. Here is what it looks like, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to show you guys the different set screws. One of the set screws is actually on top. It's the vertical one. I forgot if it's the pre or post travel. I think it's the post travel set screw. It's the one on top. Anyway, here's a size comparison, what it looks like. Yeah, I was showing you guys that there's no dual ball bearings. So here's a size comparison. Very similar size. The shape is very similar, except the upgraded one is a little bit more flat, which will make it easier to click the trigger fast. Alright guys, so I'm not even kidding, this has never happened to me before. Basically, the rest of that footage, there's like 3 minutes of footage left until I went to the next clip. It just some reason froze and it wouldn't like continue. It was just a frozen picture of nothing for like 3 minutes. So I don't really remember what happened next. I'm sorry guys, can't show what else happened. But there's still another clip, and yeah. Okay, so luckily for us, we did not miss out on much. The second clip just got right back into it. Basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm taking a little bit of grease I'm taking that trigger pin and I'm greasing it up a bit. You do not need or want to put a lot of grease. That's how it goes for everything, even the bolt. Just want to put a little bit to where it lathers it up a bit. Anyway, I'll show you guys how to put in the trigger pin. Alright guys, I'm sorry that I didn't have the GoPro in a good position. It wasn't really angled correctly, so I won't be able to show you guys perfectly. But basically, you can take the trigger and you can see through the hole that the pin came through, and you can line it up with the dual ball bearings, and then you can just put the pin through it. My bad, that the angle isn't correct, so you can't really get a perfect view of everything. Anyway, we'll just be hitting it in. We'll be doing the same thing as usual. So basically, you'll want the side with the grooves to be on the same side that it was before. So basically, we're inserting the side without the grooves. So basically, the side with the grooves is a little bit bigger than the side without the grooves, just to make it grip better to the pin holder thing. I literally have no clue what it's called. Anyway, you'll just be putting it back in to where the grooves are on the same side that it was last time. So for the Emek, the grooves are on the left side, and we'll be hitting this in. It did take me a while for some reason, even though last time we did, it didn't take a long time either. So we'll skip through it, and yeah. Alright guys, so this happened once again. I'm so sorry. Another one of the clips did not transfer from the GoPro to my phone. It just wasn't transferring for some reason. I'm so sorry, I don't know why this happened again. But anyway, we will be using my old footage from my last video on how to install the spring, so I can show you just what to do on the rest. So as you can see, there is no red trigger in there because this is my old video when I didn't have that new upgraded trigger. So it's just gonna be the same thing, showing you guys how to put the spring back on and how to put everything back on. So yeah, my bad. Here we go. Okay, so basically this is where you want to put the spring, right here. So in the old footage, I'm just taking the spring out. So basically, you're gonna want to take the spring and you're gonna want to put it on this little nub that's on your trigger. You can clearly see where it is. I'll show you right now. It's kind of hard to see, but when you install it, you'll be able to see very clearly where the spring was before. Basically, all you'll have to do is take the spring right here and just set it down right back onto the pin. You're gonna need to twist it, because for the new trigger it's like a little bit different. It's a little bit more difficult to put it back in. If the spring falls off, you can just turn it upside down and put it back on. Anyway, here it is, putting in the spring, and my hands were kind of slippery at the time, so it's kind of difficult. Anyway, you're just gonna set it down right there. Then you're gonna take that little black piece, and you can see that there's this little circular part right there. It has like an indentation. It will like perfectly cup the spring to make it so the spring won't fall out and stuff. So basically, you're gonna take that and you're gonna put it over the spring, and you're gonna set it down and push it down over the spring. So here's what you're gonna do: push it down, then you're gonna hold it down, and basically what you do after that is you're gonna take the screwdriver, you're gonna take those screws, and then you're gonna put it back on. You guys can see it's very self-explanatory. You just screw it all back on, and then we'll get back to the video. Okay, so as you can see, we're back to present time. I have the same clothes on, it's the same layout. So basically, now that we have it in, you can click the trigger and you can feel how it feels to pull it. As I said, you can adjust it. You will need the smallest Allen wrench, I believe, in your Allen wrench kit, and you turn it right to extend the screws and turn it left to shorten the screws. If you turn it right too much, the screw will just fall out, so be careful of that. Here's the trigger pull. Anyway, now that we have it back on, I'll show you guys how to put that upper back onto the body, screw back on, and then we'll show you guys the shooting video. Alright guys, so now we're going to show you how to put that upper back on. As you guys saw earlier in the video, you'll take that hinge, you're going to place it, for some reason. You're going to take the hinge, you're going to put it back on like so. Now you're going to hold it with your hand like that. Take the two screws that we took off in the very beginning of the video, take that 1/8 Allen wrench and put it back on. I recommend taking your fingers and tightening it as much as you can in the beginning, and then taking your Allen wrench and doing the rest, because it's really difficult to put it just back on with the Allen wrench. So yeah, you guys already know where the screws are. We're going to skip through to where we finish putting in the screws, and we'll head on to the shooting part. Alright guys, so we just finished screwing it in. Now you can see, here's what it looks like. You want to make sure that the safety is stiff enough and it won't switch like very easily, that and like not take any pressure. So if the safety is like very loose and like not taking a lot of pressure to change, what you gotta do is you gotta take that little screw on the very top of it. It's like on the vertical part that I showed in the very beginning, and you want to loosen it so that'll make it shorter, and then your safety will be able to push. Anyway, we're gonna go on to the shooting video, and yeah. Okay guys, so in this particular clip, I will be holding it vertically because it was very uncomfortable to hold it horizontally. Anyway, here will be the shooting video. I'll be showing you guys how short it is. You can make it a lot shorter, trust me. I did not tune it at all in any of these clips, so I promise you guys, once you do tune it correctly, it will shoot probably 1 to 2 balls a second faster, and the trigger pull will be a lot smoother and a lot shorter. So the main purpose of this trigger isn't to make you shoot like 14 balls a second like you can if you installed a Hair 45 valve, but it's to make it so you can shoot at like faster bursts for longer. So before, if I could probably shoot 10 balls a second if I really focused, but now you can shoot 10 balls a second and you don't need to focus as much, or 11. I can shoot 11 balls a second with the upgraded trigger tuned correctly, and yeah, here it is. Now here's footage of the stock trigger. As I said, the upgraded trigger, none of these videos that I took were when I tuned it correctly, so I promise you guys it will shoot faster.